Hey guys, what's going on? This is Namkraft and welcome to the Starcraft English commentary. Let's continue on finish up the series of games. Today we're going to be having round of 20 of ASL S20. There's going to be round of 24, excuse me, and it's going to be group number A. Final set, Sharp versus Ampo, TBT, boo! Who cares about TBT, right? But if you have not gotten sick of today's matchup so far, just hang on because we might potentially be here for yet another 1 hour of StarCraft game because TBT can get that long. I guess Amp was surprised everyone with a nice win over Stork, but that map knockout just seems so difficult for Protons to play on against Terran. But anyways, this is gonna be a TBT, and the map is Polestar. This map is very I guess familiar with most of you who have seen ASS in 19. 4-player map, and looks like they're gonna be spawning both at the top side of the map here, with Sharp at the top left and Ampo at the top right. It will all come down to who's got the better build, because with a very short distance like this, the player who goes for an over expensive strategy would just be kind of putting in his mouth more than he can swallow. What is it? Swallowing more than what he can digest, or digest more than what he can excrete, or excrete more than what the plant and the earth can receive. Basically, whatever you choose is the expression to kind of mirror or to kind of demonstrate the TVT situation we're going to be having here. So before the game gets it up, let me just once again remind you of a few rules of etiquette. Because this is the final game, you're going to be very much inclined to say, oh my god, Stork, you suck, boo, blah, blah, blah. I guess if you arrived here, you will know that Stork has lost, but maybe some people just stumble upon this game by accident. Just for everyone's sake, type spoiler and then enter 4 times and then say your comments. It's the best way to keep things unspoiled. Or if you are a gentleman like me, just leave a random comment saying, Namkraft, you suck, your voice is so loud, so obnoxious, talk less, make some sense of what you're saying, research about Palestine and Israel before you talk, blah, blah, blah. I love those comments. Not because I read them, but because they kind of unspoiled every other comment. So keep making those comments, guys. You are doing a great job. Anyways, what about ELO stats? Maybe let's just review the ELO score one last time, right? Because Sharp 12-10 and Ampo 11-18. So Ampo slightly worse than Sharp, but not by much. And what else can we say about these players? In terms of the win rates, Ampo in the last 30 days against Terran, he's won 1 out of the 1 game he's played. Not a lot of data, unfortunately. And Sharp is 73%. Well, Sharp is a TVT expert in the last 30 days. And in their journeys in the ASL, Sharp has made 17 round of 24, 12 round of 16, 7 quarters, 3 semis, 2 finals, and he has never been crowned champion. He's come very close, very close a few times. And as for Ampo, this is of course a newbie here. He's been in only 1 round of 16, but he might qualify for his 2nd round of 16 today. So let's hope for that. And anyhow, here is the leaderboard of the entire 19 seasons of ASL. We've had 8 Terran winners, 8 Zerg winners, and 3 Protons winners. Flash tops the table with 4 golds. Soki at 4 golds. SCV coming from Sharp, exploring and discovering for the first time the inner workings of another Terran player's base. What else am I going to tell you about? I guess it's going to be time for me to reveal the player cards once again, because it's my personal work, so I kind of want to share with you guys. I think the player card is very nice to have. Maybe let's start with Sharp, because he's everyone's favorite player. So this is his player card. So I will let you just read up on that. Very accomplished player, very much liked by everyone. A modest followers on the social media network. So that's gonna be not so fun. But Ampo is very interesting, because if you look at his player card, his name is the same as Bisu, right? I'm not so sure if the actual Hanja character is not Hanja. What is the Korean alphabet called? Hangul, yeah, Hangul. The Hangul may be different, but I think it's about the same. Kim Tae-young, I think it is the same. I think these 2 players have the same name. If you know Korean, let me know if they're exactly the same or there's a small, minute differences, because in Korean, some sounds are slightly different than the others. Whatever. Back to this game. What's happening now after 5 minutes of foreplay? These guys are still fondling each other. Looks like Sharp 38 supply, Ample 41. They've started to undress. Sharp is making its way down Ample's thighs with his long fingers. And as for Ample, he just sitting back and enjoying the show, just relaxing and taking it, on his thighs. They have not yet made their ways across on the upper torso yet. I guess at some point in the future, Sharp is gonna make the first move. No, Ample is the one who advanced forward with his long fingernails, started to scratch across the bed here. And as for Sharp, what is he doing? He's gonna try to move 4 vultures. 4 out of his 5 vultures will be the one swinging, and we had scored one very well. That is one big ass tank. One big ballsy, dark and hairy tank moving across the map. We're going to be having a tank versus tank action here. 4 vultures versus 4 vultures and 3 marines. Just for the fun of it, looks like both the players are going to be laying small droplets of excretion everywhere just to mark the territories, and then I guess they will back down. And then more fondling business will happen because we have not yet officially entered the intercourse stage. This is just fondling here. This is just foreplay. Now let's go back to Starcraft now. What exactly is happening? I guess Sharp is the better player here, but Ampo is the one who controls slightly more territory, I feel. I guess he's going to start to move across the map. And started to lay some mines here. I guess this 12 o'clock position will be heavily contested. This map is not mirror image. So, I guess who gets to this base faster? I guess Ampo gets to the 12 o'clock base faster, but Ampo's decided to take the 230 position completely spotted by the barracks, and Sharp's gonna have to respond here. In the first game, if you recall, Ampo got the fast economic lead in the beginning part of the game, but Sharp just came back with just immense pressure. Just a lot of multitasking, dropping, attacking, expanding all at the same time. And let's see if this time around Ampo's going to try to keep up here. It's got to have to be very fast. If you look at the APM, Sharp 340 APM and Ampo 297. By the way, how old is Ampo? Ampo is... Whoa, Ampo is 125 years old! That is a mistake. I guess I will have to fix it. I have to check out what is his birthday. But before that, a lot of vultures are gonna try to go through this area here, and they will get trapped. But Sharp has got indefinitely more vultures than Ampo. Ampo's gonna get surrounded. His tanks come from the back. Are they gonna be fast enough or not? I guess he's gonna be able to get some vultures destroyed. And at the last minute, it is going to be... okay, reinforcement from the back. Looks like Sharp is wasting a lot of vulture. There's going to be a nice mine explosion. No, Ampo saves it. No, mine explosion. Another one. 2 times getting destroyed. Insane attack here. And Ampo, even after that, he is still leading a supply. But now he's got about even supply, both of these players. This vulture will come out. And I guess that vulture will fall. But Sharp just comes up with more and more vultures, but very lucky for Ampo. His tank and vultures pops at just the right moment. He needs to destroy these vultures now. I guess he's going to be clear out some of the enemy's vultures. And SV is going to run on... Oh my god, that vulture get on high ground. So unlucky for Ampo, but he's going to be able to destroy everything out. And I guess at the last minute, these vultures will fall. Yes, and the mayhem will end. Behind this, Sharp has not yet expanded. I guess he started to build his own command center at the 10 o'clock position. So... that is gonna be the next part of the game here. Anyways, even after all of that attack, Ampo is still ahead. He's still in the lead. Very interesting situation by both of these players. Alright, what are we seeing now? 2 factories, I guess 3 factories for Sharp. As for Ampo, he finally will saturate his new base. And the game will keep on going here. I guess... even after all of that insane micromanagement and harassments, Sharp is still not ahead in supply. He is still slightly back in supply, actually. So that's quite interesting. Alright, Sharp comes up with more forces. None of these players have upgrades yet. Flash is not Flash. Sharp has got the high ground advantage. I guess he wants to take the 12 o'clock position for himself. So I guess on this map, the 12 o'clock position will naturally go towards the player on the left side, and that is Sharp. Of course, this map is a huge map, so there's going to be a lot of locations for both of these players to pick and choose in the later part of the game. Ampo doesn't have to worry about losing the 12 o'clock position right now. Just focus on not losing SCB, just macroing hard enough. And looks like Sharp comes on the southern side and try to corner Ampo. If you look at the minimap, he's trying to control about 75% of the map and leaving just 1 quadrant left for Ampo here. What Ampo can try to do on this game is drop. Because if you look at the spawning position, Ampo has got a direct access into Sharp's main base. Of course, he has to fly through this, but he can actually escape, on the northern part without largely undetected. Of course, there's some cases where if you put a turret or you put a Goliath there, then you can spot that unit. But usually it's kind of undetected. Excuse me, something happened on the screen there. Anyways, what are we seeing now? Both the players are just gonna try to move around. And okay, raid comes out, very interesting. And a lot of upgrades coming up for both of these players. We're gonna be looking forward to the 4th base of both of these players because the game will possibly not finish right now. Ampo, I think, is slightly a little bit passive in his army maneuver. But he's still holding his side of the map, and he just needs to make sure not to trade poorly, and he needs to secure a 4th base. He's trying to secure at the 3 o'clock position, but these vultures will stop that, dash, and will stop that hopes and dreams of Ample. And it looks like Sharp is getting ready to take his own expansion at the 12 o'clock position. And we shall see what is going to be the next part of the game. By the way, I'm trying to finish up with that banner image that I told you about because I'm kind of very nitpicky. I don't want to see bad things in my cast and in my videos, bad elements or bad items. So I guess now it's fixed. Let's see if it actually is fixed. Okay, it looks like it's fixed. Ampo was born in 1992, so he's 33 years old right now. Sharp, I think, is a little bit older because Sharp is the same generation as Stork and so forth. No, it's about the same age. Okay, both of these players are about the same age. Anyways, back to this game. What is happening? I guess I'm just not a fan of TVT, so I could not cast this. But it looks like Sharp is gonna make his first dropship. Both the players are gonna be going up to the next part of the game, the expansion coming up, and Sharp is not able to close in. For now, he successfully cornered the enemy. This is a nice thing, but he cannot. So far, cannot stop the enemy from getting the 4th bases. I guess getting the 5th base could be problematic, but Ampo's gonna try to break through the southern hemisphere here. He gets one clan tank destroyed. He clears, so he's gonna try to clear this middle area as well. And now he's secured this area, which means he can start to shell the other side with his own forces. Triple raid just waiting in the area. We're gonna be having a small engagement in the middle map. Insane battles. Both of the players have +1 done on their units. It looks like Sharp, his supply has kind of been eclipsed by ample supply for some strange reasons. But Sharp's gonna try to come around for a drop, but this is very costly. You can see how long it had to go through, and easily it can get spotted around, along the path by several mines or whatnot. But the reward is small. I guess he can destroy some SCVs here at the 3 o'clock position, but it's not fast enough. Behind this, looks like Ampo's gonna try to get on high ground. Only 3 tanks remaining. The tanks need to get to siege though. SC's gonna get transferred, and 5 tanks need to siege right now. You don't need to go that far ahead. There's gonna be a drop in a 3 o'clock position though. At the same time, we're gonna be having this nice multi-screened whatever experience brought to us by AI or whatever by the units, and it's gonna be a mindy debug. Now this base gets saved. And very, very unfortunate for Sharp, he was about to lose there, but for some strange reason, Ampo not able to attack, and it's gonna be a lot of raids coming out. Need to focus attention on the Goliaths. Goliaths get repaired. What is the next plan? I guess these raids would need to focus on the tanks. The 3 tanks will fall very, very quickly, unless there could be reinforcement in the form of Goliaths. More drops happening here. This base will get clear up, but Vultures already move on to the next target, and looks like once again 8 p.m. wise, Ampo is not able to keep up with the pace of his enemy, but he's able to clear this area. So he's gonna try to go to high ground, but there's already 3 tanks on the high ground. If he moves there now, it's gonna be terrible trade. Anyways, Raid's gonna try to attack the floating building. He needs to focus the attention on the dropship instead. These tanks are sieging. Which tank is gonna be the one who siege better? Vultures dropping on that single tank, and looks like Ampo is falling apart. He has about 10 supply more than the enemy about 2 minutes ago. Now he's behind by 10 supply. The tank gets repaired, though the tank will fall. The tank will fall and the game will go on from here, but at least this dropship will fall. No, it doesn't fall. The Goliath saves it, and looks like Ampo is not responding correctly, and Sharp's gonna plow forward. So I guess Sharp, without any surprises, will be the winner of this set. He will advance together with Lava. Keep in mind that in the round of 24, we only have 4 Protons players. Already 1 has been eliminated. There are only 3 remaining: Mini, Bisu, and 1 more. I'm not so sure exactly who. Maybe YC, I don't even remember. Anyways, that one tank on the southern side is providing a very, very nice coverage, and Ampo wins a good fight here. This will bring him right back in the game, because before that, Sharp was leading very, very nicely. But now the both players are going to be gearing up for the next part of the game. Sharp trying to expand towards the 9 o'clock position. I guess Ample would take his own expansion at some point in the future. There's going to be Vulture trying to check out the southern side. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's going to be tanks trying to sell from the high ground. We have a science facility trying to spot here. Dropship dropping. There's a single raid here to see, but I'm not so sure if the dropship will eventually go there. The dropship will get attacked. There's a weak dropship. Focus attention on the weak dropship. He's not getting it. Looks like there's going to be Goliaths and SCs need to go to work there. SCs running away. The tank need to siege. He is not sieging fast enough. He's returning. I guess this drop doesn't do that much damage. But a lot of SCVs get destroyed, so that's going to be interesting here. And the game will go on from here. Sharp is once again leading, but by a small margin, not by a large amount here. We're going to be having more dropships coming out. This base is going to get returned, and Ample need to set up the fifth base right away, because Sharp's fifth base is completed. SCB has been transferred. There's going to be more tanks coming out, and we have a floating building to spot. It's going to be some nice popcorn explosion on all of those tanks. And I guess now Ample has kind of cut up Sharp's this 12 o'clock base with the rest of the map here. He's going to lay some great mines. There are very few SCVs anyways. No, there's a lot of SCVs, excuse me. This base falling will be problematic for Sharp. He will take another base, but he will lose every single SCVs on this base. So Ample is showing up. He could actually put up with a fight here. There's going to be a drop against the 9 o'clock position, 3 o'clock position. There's nothing here. SCVs are trying to come out to attack. He was trying to attack and get some of the tanks destroyed with some kind of splash damage, because there's only one tank on the backside. If that forward tank falls, there's only one siege tank remaining. The raids are coming out to clear off the vultures, to clear the dropship. Vultures coming through the middle of the map here. Insane battle. It's going to be a nice mine drag onto the Goliaths. Attack against the 230 position here, where the tank's going to try to secure it from the other guard. Just insane battles happening. I'm not so sure exactly what is what, but I guess Ample's going to try to finally clear up his 3 o'clock base, but it's going to be a mine explosion onto this tank, and this base is in shambles. A single raid cannot save this base at all. I think Ample need to relocate his tanks from this middle column to save his other base, because he has very few SCVs mining right now. Another crazy mine explosion to clear up those tanks, but now I guess this base is finally secure. There's going to be more vultures coming out. What is going to be Ample's plan? I think he can leave this area right now. It doesn't need that many tanks in this middle column. They're not supporting or helping with anything. More vultures coming to a single tank to support here. And that's going to be, once again, just crazy mine explosion. SCVs, we need to run away. Nice shots, and all of these SCVs will fall. Looks like Ample's going to be losing a lot of economy in these battles. He comes out, and he's got to be very, very careful. There's a lot of mines there. He needs to do some scanning. He does some good scanning. He will siege on the low ground to clear up all of those mines, and slowly but nicely and stably secure his bases. We're looking at the 17-minute mark of the game, and the game just swings back and forth so quickly. We're not even sure who is exactly winning at each point in time. And Ample in middle column, once again, is still being unutilized. Either he takes his base right now, or he leaves with just a few tanks and goes somewhere else, because it's not really useful right now. Sharp comes around, and he's going to try to strike from the southern part. And as for Ample, he needs to discover this 4 o'clock base very, very soon. Look at this, guys. All of these useless tanks. Either engage right now and push through something, or go back, or do something else, or expand. I'm not so sure what is the plan here. Nice scan, and Sharp is forced to actually move a very, very long terrain here just to get to the 3 o'clock position. This command center will finally burn down, and Ample might decide to do a frontal ground push. This is very risky, but looks like Sharp is not scanning. He's not scanning. He will lose a lot of tanks. Nice switch is coming out and losing 4 tanks. And looks like the upgrades are what in favor of Ample. Ample's got +2 weapons and +2 armor. Nice reinforcement from the southern side, but the angle, the curvature is better for Ample here. He gets a lot of his tanks, maybe, I guess, but now he's gonna try to get towards the third base. If we can actually get to the third base, he will get the high ground advantage. He want to do that. He's gonna be very, very careful. He gets a lot of tanks through. This single tank cannot hold, and exactly so Sharp might be losing the 10 o'clock position. That's gonna be very, very problematic. Now the tanks are within reach of the command center. He needs to be within reach of the SCVs as well. And it's going to be a raid just to protect. He's going to try to come out and destroy the science vessels. Not a bad idea. He's going to try to focus his attention on this other science vessel to kind of really remove the vision for the enemy. The command center is going to be within it. It's going to be an SCV drop possibly. Yes, SCV drop. No, vulture drop. Nicely done. Nice vulture drop. But at the last split, I guess that vultures will fall and more tanks will come out. Oh my god, siege and unsieging. At the last split, I guess that unit is going to destroy, and that just gives Sharp enough time to secure this base. he will say security display. Let's do a base count right now. Sharp's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ample's got 1, 2, 3, 4, and about to get a fifth one, but this is the one that he's been mining for a while. And he's gonna come out from the southern part. He's gonna move to the middle area, and that's gonna force Sharp to send some of the forces to secure this A30 positioned. Yeah, just disparated tank protecting small areas here. They will get completely destroyed. But nice trade from Sharp's point of view. Sharp's gonna try to reinforce from the northern side. Ampo is kind of overstretching his supply line, I believe. He needs to stop right now and try to put himself into siege mode and just wait for the next wave of forces. Anyways, okay, another base comes out. Sharp is just sneaking various bases on various locations on this map. And Ampo is not expanding fast enough. Anyways, nice attack coming through. And looks like Sharp might even retake this 12 o'clock position if Ampo is not careful. But I think for now, Ampo is holding. He need to make a lot of turrets here in case, you know, that base get destroyed in the future. You know, there's going to be a drop in the future. Looks like Ampo's going to try to come in. He would actually attack this base. Not a bad idea. If we can actually cut, he's going to try to go inside the main. Wow, what a genius move, because they have very few defenses right now. Just a turret. There's going to be a tank, several Goliaths. The turret will fall. And then all of these supply depot and the starport might fall as well. It's going to drive all of Sharp's forces back. And because Ampo is dropping, Sharp cannot counter drop. Sharp could not attack against the 12 o'clock position without clearing this drop first. And so that's going to be buying precious time. And Ampo may return with even more drop. I'm not so sure. Look at how good trades Ampo is doing, even though he's slightly behind in supply. I guess now this drop will be terminated. But that was very good trades to destroy several units, destroy several supply depot. And looks like now Ampo's gonna press right to the middle. He will cut off this base, which means more drops in the future, and Sharp is gonna get forced to just stay home with some of his tanks. There's gonna be a counter drop here, some Goliath, just to buy some time and trade well here. But this base is gonna get completely cleared out, and Ampo, even though he's winning a lot of bases, he's down in supply because Sharp is taking all of the bases that matter, and he's mining out the entire map. And Ampo need to move faster. His APM need to be a little bit higher. He is clearing out a lot of these forces, great, but he need to expand towards the bottom right. I think that is going to be the key to victory here for Ampo. He's about to win here. If he can cut off, he's going to try to siege up, but he's going to be on the low ground. He doesn't have vision. Doesn't have vision. It's a mistake. No, he's got vision. I think he's got vision, but he lost 2 tanks right away. And now looks like Sharp is going to get pushed back, and that's going to be a signal. If Ampo can send some vultures across the map to attack to the bottom left, for example, it's going to be great here, but it takes a long time. And it looks like Ampo doesn't have enough money to expand. He's going to try to build up some turrets. He's trying to just force the enemy to kind of push up the enemy. It's going to be a drop. Wow, this is so ballsy. This is insanely ballsy. I'm not so sure it's going to work. I guess it might work. He's going to drop deep into enemy territory. He's going to try to force Sharp to try to either defend his starport and all of those units, or try to defend his supply depot. And once again, Sharp is forced to get pulled back on anything that comes out of the factory. Might be under siege here, under shelling from the tank, but the tank cannot do the splash damage upon themselves. That's going to be a problem. Nice ballsy move, but I don't know if this can win the game. It's kind of very hard to win the game, and we're going to be having counter drop. Goliath need to pay attention. There's going to be a lot of splash damage involved. I guess this drop will fail. This drop was not able to get that much damage done, and it kind of destroyed a lot of buildings and bought time for this the right side of Sharp's base is completely demolished. Like, he's not allowed to build anything at all. He's not allowed to build anything at all. There's going to be another attack, but you know, Ampo need to take another base. He's going to try to attack this middle area, but it's going to be very costly. And Sharp is trying to come out on this map here, but there's going to be 5 tanks. 5 tanks, I think, is enough to hold as a floating science facility to buy some time. But it looks like Sharp comes out and clear this middle area. Maybe Ampo he's kind of overcommitted himself here in that drop attack. He doesn't have enough ground forces to kind of cover for this area. There's going to be a nice D-Matrix tank. Ampo need to move the vultures forward to cover for the tank shots. He moved them forward. There's going to be some mines getting late here. Not a bad idea. The tank from the back is doing some good damage as well. But at the last minute, every single vulture is going to get destroyed. And Ampo is going to get pushed back once again. Ampo behind by about 40 supply. And he's running out of bases. Whereas Sharp has taken so many bases. This is the mark of a champion. To take sneaky bases where the enemy is busy attacking you on the front here. And Ampo just doesn't play fast enough compared to Sharp. So congratulations to Sharp. He's the one who's going to be qualifying for the next part of the game here. A lot of ground forces coming through. This middle forces need to do something. He's going to try to return just to buy some time here. This base at the 12 o'clock is going to be falling. He's got a 1 tank on high ground, which might be able to buy some time. Yeah, Napo was not able to expand during this entire time. If he has expanded, it would be in a completely different story, but he did not expand. But he's going to be doing a drop here, so that would change a little bit the fate of the game. We can actually do another drop against this base, so it's going to be great, but it's going to take a while here. A lot of forces coming from the southern side. I guess Ample want to siege up his tank now and just try to buy some time. He is going to be attacking blindlessly, but it's going to be costing a lot of time. There's going to be some tanks moving to the middle of the map. What is the point here? There's going to be some mines getting debugged. I'm not so sure, and I guess reinforcement has arrived at just the right moment, so these two tanks will get cleared out, and Ampo still has not yet expanded. He's still mining from his, whatever he's mining from, he's not yet taking the bottom right, and now these tanks are not sieged. They will eat a lot of, tanks volley from the other side, but these Goliaths also, we need to back up. A lot of vultures surrounding, and this last remnants of Ampo's forces is gonna get demolished. No, Vulture's coming to save at the last minute of the time, and looks like Ampo is still holding for now. Vulture's coming through, and he's gonna try to attack what he can actually destroy. Vulture, destroy the SCVs mining from the A30 will be great here, because during this time, Sharp was allowed to mine freely out of 3 bases. His 3 bases were mining for a goddamn like 5-7 minutes. But now these vultures have discovered them, and now Ampo's gonna try to make Sharp's pay here, but he's gotta hurry up and just kill every single SCVs before he's lost a chance to do so. Nice mine explosion to get the Goliaths destroyed. He will go on the high ground and buy something. Nice mine explosion once again, and Ampo is about the same supply as Sharp here, but he need to expand. He's gonna try to come out here, and I guess these vultures get destroyed, and looks like he cannot expand because there's a mine. Very, very, very strange situation when finally Ampo's gonna expand. The game will go from here, but Sharp has taken up and doing a lot of bases. There's gonna be a Doom drop. Not a bad idea. He could Doom drop against the 12 o'clock position. That location has been mining for a while, so if Ampo loses it, I guess he won't mine. There's a mine right here. No, it's gonna get completely clear out, and all of these SCVs will need to run away. So this base will get destroyed. There's a kind of a counter drop from this side, just 2 tanks, but they're gonna get completely mined up by the vultures. Not fast enough here. SCVs are gonna get picked up. Nice mine explosion. The shuttle, the dropship will need to fly away to some other locations. This base is gone. But Ampo clears up another base. Just insane battles happening everywhere. This command center was cancelled. And I guess now this base together with every single SCVs will fall. There's gonna be more attacks happening here, but I guess Sharp is the one with the better economy, because he's got this 2 fresh bases mining. Well, let's do a base count once again. Sharp 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ample 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. So I don't think Ample can win. He can try. He is forced to do some distance mining, so I guess this base will fall. But it doesn't really mean anything. He can actually slip a drop behind this 7 o'clock position. It's gonna be great, but he cannot. There's one tank just moving across the map, trying to save its life. And a lot of forces straddling it, reinforcement coming from the southern side, so I guess these units will get saved. Nicely done. So Ampo has pushed his enemies back. Sharp 151 supply, Ampo 176. This game is still going on. Why? I don't know. 46, 45, 44, 43. Can you make an SCV to save that base? How long does it take for an SCV to come out? Let me open up my encyclopedia and I will be able to answer this question for you. An SCV is a Terran unit of 60 HP, 0 health, 0 shield. It's got a ground attack of 5, cooldown of 15, range of 1. It takes how much to make what? I don't have that information. Wait, I do. Build time is 12 seconds. So technically you can actually, make an SCV and save that command center, but I guess it's gone now. Anyways, what is happening? It is middle of the map. More dropship coming through. Not so sure where exactly is the destination. Just battles happening everywhere. Both the players are playing very scrappily. This drop will incapacitate this command center and the command center on the low ground. There are 2 tanks that need to get involved here. A single tank and 5 or 6 Goliaths. There's got to be a scan by Ampo to see the high ground. He's going to be able to clear all of these Goliaths. The tank from the high ground cannot move further because just a single tank not able to go through. And I guess this command center will go up. So this base will be secured for a while. What are these dropships doing exactly? I'm not so sure. But for now, Sharp has stopped the enemy from expanding. There's going to be another drop into the Terran's main base. What is he doing with his dropship? I don't even know. What is the value of hanging out here? The dropship, we might try to go towards the 3 o'clock, the 9 o'clock position, or the 8:30. That might be the right location to attack here. Or maybe the bottom left. Sure, why not? He's moving right to the minefield. What is Sharp's response? No response is going to drop here. This base has been mined out a lot. You don't want to go there. You might want to go here. Where's he going? Decide where you want to go, man. You're just flying randomly. You need to drop. He's going to drop in here. There's going to be some vultures laying some mines. I guess he need to siege right now and scan. He's sieging very, very slowly. He's sieging in the corner. There's gonna be a mine explosion. He clears it out very nicely. It's gonna be a counter drop. Wow, Ampo has lost so much time just to decide where to drop. If you drop a single vulture at this 9 o'clock position, a single tank at his 8:30, and the rest inside of the main base at the bottom left, it might have been a lot better. But now he lost the last of his dropship, and he's in a very precarious situation. I guess the one good thing for him is that he's forced Sharp to permanently station a few tanks inside of Sharp's main base. That's the only thing that he's forced Sharp to do. Anyways, 30 minutes of the game. The game is still going on, very, very tense. Of course, Sharp doesn't want to rush it because, you know, if he loses the entire game. So just gonna take it very, very slowly. Make sure he can cover all of the bases. Can this game still go on? Or has Sharp officially won it? That's the question, because Sharp is maxed out, but he's not doing a crazy all-in attack here. And there's gonna be still, I guess, still more chance for both the players to try something now. These vultures are once again laying several mines just to buy time. There's gonna be a mine drag to clear 2 tanks, not back, but Sharp is maxed out. He might be going for a doom drop here. Might just decided I have enough army to cover for my side of the map. I will just not let you expand too quickly. And slowly win small engagements and try to outmaneuver you. That is going to be the plan, but I will not risk it by sending every units to the same location. But he might do it right now. 4 vultures, 5 vultures coming through. But remember, there are some tanks on this southern side that might be able to shell here. But it looks like, no, I think Sharp just got overwhelming force. Got so much forces. There's going to be a drop here, but these spread out tanks from Ampo is buying a lot of times. And the last bit, how many tanks remain for Sharp? He loses several tanks. He loses several tanks, and now I guess Ampo has health. You need to catch all of these dropships as they're returning. You need to catch them. He is not able to catch them, and those dropships will pick up more cargo in the next part of the game. Ampo, we need to make a lot of units here. What is he doing? He's still, keep in mind that he's still on the low ground. If Sharp secured his high ground with like 3 or 4 tanks, I think the game is over. Just allow Ampo to mine from this base, and this base doesn't really mean anything anyways. This 330 position is very, very useless. But anyways, that last tank gets cleared out, and this location is secured. Sharp, once again, will try to secure this area. He might want to take the 6 o'clock position for himself. That base has been guarded by a few units for a while, but I think it's going to be impossible to hold it for Ampo. 32 seconds of game. Let me remind you that this entire series, this entire playday, you only watch 5 ads. 5 ads. That is something that Namkraft has dedicated to you. So if you enjoyed this cast so far, please, you can consider to buy me a coffee. $1 helps, $2 helps, $5 of course helps a lot better, but helps a lot. What helps the most is not the amount of money, but how you send the money. If you send the money via my Zelle account, you will not have any commission fee. If you send it by Revolut account, you can actually get no commission fee. And if you click on the recurring payment button, then that's going to be the greatest gift that you can ever have for me, because now Sharp is going to be closing out the final battle of the game. This base force means no more mining. Nice mine explosion, but Sharp has not been able to KO Ampo. Ampo is still breathing. Ampo is still breathing, but he's about to, like, to be declared the loser here by the referee very, very, very soon. But I guess until then, we will still watch more games. I'm sorry you have to watch this with me, because I'm the most obnoxious caster ever. So I would be very, very fine if you turn off my audio. I think most of you have turned off the audio a long, long time ago. Anyways, nice engineering bay to float over and to see this area. Nice scan by Ampo just to check the situation. And more reinforcement coming to a Sharp is gonna try to corner Ampo. Ampo is completely separated from the rest of his forces. He needs to secure this area from air only. He cannot go by ground because it's completely cut off. Sharp with 3 healthy bases, mining very, very nicely here. Sharp might be coming in for the final kill. He dropped there, no turrets. He's waiting. He says, you know what, maybe I will wait for it. We have a floating command center over. But Ampo's going to try to reinforce very, very quickly. Need to go fast now. You know what? If I was Sharp, I would take out this 3 o'clock position, so that it will be completely cut off between the top right and the bottom right of the maps here. But I don't know. Of course, it takes a couple of minutes to do that, so that might be the problem. Anyways, we might have once again a doom drop by Ampo. I'm not so sure if this is the right idea or not. He's gonna have to fly to enemy territory right here. He's been completely spotted. He will move to the middle area. He will be the faster one to arrive inside of Sharp's base. Would it change the fate of the battle? He's gonna scan. He says there's a lot of mine. He's gonna lay some tanks here. He will siege, not bad. He will destroy some factories, maybe. You need to move the Goliaths back and hold positioned. He does exactly just that. He still has got 3 Goliaths, so counter drop is not the solution here for Sharp. We need to kind of just go for counter attack, I guess. More drops happening here, and this armory will fall. Another defending units to be destroyed. Sharp counter drop is going to be the key here. The tanks are unsieging. He's going to have to decide where to attack here. The Goliath is giving the dropship. We'll go to high ground. There's some tanks sieging here. They are not going to be high ground, but it's going to be 2 tanks sieging, and looks like nice trades for Ampo. Is it enough? Is it enough? I don't know. There are only 2 tanks remaining though. The rest are all just Goliaths. If we can get that 1 tank from the high ground, it might change the fate of battle. But I guess not. Sharp just has too much. Sharp 193 supply. Ampo down to 89. And if this last mining base for Ampo is incapacitated, it's going to be dead at the game because he will have no more money. Yes, he loses his base. And with that, no more mining activities from Ampo. His mineral count is down to 9. Yes, he's destroying the inside, the inner bodies of Sharp's main base, but it doesn't really mean anything. We cannot mine from it because Sharp has got infinite minerals, got 2,000 minerals, 2,600 minerals. He's gonna burn out the last commentator. And day 1, Group A of Ro24 is concluded. If you enjoyed this class so far, feel free to buy me coffee. The link to that is gonna be in the description. I will see you soon. Bye bye.